antenna. Come good and show them.
In this video, we're going to be doing a resistance band ab workout that will tone and strengthen your abs to get the six pack that you've been wanting. We're going to be doing 4 ab exercises that's going to target the rectus abdominis, which is the six packs muscle, as well as the obliques for a full ab burn that will overload the core to be able to build the nice solid six pack that you want. And if you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you to Eternal Wellness with Jonathan, the wellness channel where I help you guys get in shape physically, mentally, and spiritually through fitness and a healthy lifestyle. And developing the abs and having a strong core is really important because it will help you with just maintaining good posture, and is also a good component to just overall good performance and being able to lift heavier weight. So building the core is important, and that's what we're going to do in this workout. So let's get into it.
All right, the first exercise we have in this resistance band ab workout is going to be kneeling crunches, and they are one of the best ab exercises you can do for building and defining your core. These kneeling crunches, they're so effective because they allow you to load the core way more effectively compared to a traditional sit-up. They also allow for an increased emphasis on strength and hypertrophy to more effectively tone and build your core musculature. Kneeling crunches, they also add a greater range of motion compared to a traditional sit-up, which is going to be a really big advantage as well. The kneeling crunch is going to really target the rectus abdominis, which are the six-pack muscles of the core, as well as the deep core muscles that provide stability to you as well. Key form things you want to focus on when performing a kneeling crunch is you want to make sure you're not using your arms to pull the resistance down. You want to lock your arms to where your hands are right over your head, and you want to squeeze your core to be able to pull the resistance down, to be able to keep the tension on the core to effectively target it. All right, second we have the reverse crunch. And the reverse crunch, it's a great ab exercise because of its simplicity level and its effectiveness at engaging the core. It's one of the better core exercises for contracting and targeting the lower abdominal area, which for most people is going to be the hardest area to develop, which is where adding a reverse crunch into your regimen could be a huge benefit to your ab training. The reverse crunch really will not just mainly target the lower abs, but will definitely engage and strengthen the full length of the rectus abdominis, but also reaches the deeper abdominal stabilizing muscles as well, and can engage your transverse abs and obliques. So you can literally almost target every part of your core in a properly performed reverse crunch. Slow is king when you're doing your reverse crunches. And you want to make sure when you're performing the movement that you are not at too fast of a pace, and you're at a nice, slow, and controlled pace to really emphasize and contract the core as you bring your legs up. This will keep you from using too much momentum in the movement to provide for optimal tension on the abs. All right, the third exercise we have in this resistance band ab workout is going to be the bicycle crunch. And the bicycle crunch is definitely one of the best core activating exercises that's going to really engage the abs. The bicycle crunch really works the rectus abdominis and will especially target your upper abdominal muscles, the obliques, and the deep ab muscle in the transverse abdominis. So when done properly, the bicycle crunch will hit a lot of different sections of the core to be able to develop it. When you're doing them, just like the reverse crunch, slow and controlled is king. You do not want to be that person that's bringing your legs up at 100 miles per hour thinking you're actually working your core. The slower and more controlled you are, the better activation you will have in your core. You want to make sure that your torso is the part that is rotating and not the hips, and you should be driving the legs straight forward and back, keeping your lower back pressed into the floor to get the full benefits of the reverse crunch. All right, the fourth and final exercise we have in this resistance band ab workout are going to be rotations. And rotations, they're a great compound power and functional exercise that targets the core. When working the core, I like combining strength building movements with power functional movements because I think it's the best way to really work the core, to tone it and strengthen it. And rotations, they're an excellent power and functional movement to go along with your strength exercises like the reverse crunch. The rotation will mainly target the transverse abdominis and your obliques. It will also engage your back, shoulders, and legs as well in the rotation of the core. When you get into the rotation, you want to make sure you allow your lower body to rotate slightly with you at the knees and hips. You don't want to lock the knees and hips in the same spot. And to really get the most out of the rotation, you want to make sure that you are allowing yourself for a slight rotation in the lower body. You also really want to make sure that you're keeping your arms straight and not bending them to keep from your shoulders and arms doing the work rather than that tension being on the abdominals. You want to focus on keeping the arms straight out and keeping the movement at the torso so that you are really engaging the core and that the tension stays on your core muscles.
All right, guys, that's going to be the end of this resistance band ab workout. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, definitely be sure to leave a like, as well as comment on maybe your favorite exercises or just how you enjoyed the workout. And subscribe, as I will always be uploading new content that's going to be helping you guys get in shape physically, mentally, and spiritually through fitness and health and wellness. To end, I want to give you guys this verse.
And this verse is James 1:4, which says, "But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing."
I wanted to give you guys this verse because I think patience is just something that is so important in whatever phase of life you may be going through, whether it's starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, growing in your faith in God, just growing your life in general. There's always steps, and you can never rush your process. Process is so important, and a lot of times we can try to skip steps, or we can just try to do things that really just negate the things that we can learn if we were just more patient and if we really just work on growing ourselves and growing in the thing that we're trying to do, or just growing into the person that we want to become. So I just wanted to give you guys that verse to understand that patience is important and to really practice patience because there's so much rewards in that. So again, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.